All right, guys. Good afternoon. Okay, hold on. All right, guys. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Come on in. It's your girl Folasade, the accountability accountant, guys. I'm so pumped up to be with you guys on this. What? It's Tuesday. I don't even have my. Oh yeah, I do have my watch. It's Tuesday on this amazing Tuesday, so we can talk about something that you guys really hate to talk about, which is money and why doing certain things in your business is really required for you guys to grow. And so, why am I having this conversation? Because many of you that's in my community, right? Many of you that's in my community, you guys refuse to do your accounting. Let's really be honest, okay? And so, guys, if you want, if you guys are watching me on YouTube, I forgot. If you like today's topic, please like and subscribe the video. Please subscribe to our channel as well. Look, I'm trying to get the hang of all this stuff, guys. If you're on Instagram, I don't think I am going to be sharing my screen today, but you can subscribe to our YouTube channel by going to Folasade TV. I can see you guys comment, so if you want to be interactive, comment. If you're on Instagram and you want to be interactive with me, and I can't see your question or something, put it in the Q&A, and then I'll get right into it. So why am I having this discussion right now, guys? And what discussion am I really having with you guys? We are going into what? 2023, right? 2023, we're like not even 60 days. We're like, what, 45 days or so away from 2023. And what happens year end? There's so many changes, new laws, new compliance, tax filing, tax filing season opens. Guys, let me do my do not disturbs. I forgot to do that. Hold on, y'all. Let me do my do not disturbs on Instagram. Hold on. All right. Let's see if I did it. Okay, yeah, I did it. All right. So my do not disturbs are okay, so we're getting close to year end, and a lot of you right now, you have these businesses, or you're making significant money, or you're just starting your business, whatever the case may be, or you don't really have a business and you are a 9-to-5er. We're having that discussion right now because each and every last one of you, regardless of if you're 9-to-5er, regardless of you if you are a business owner, regardless of you if you're not either or and you're just sitting at home, you still need to be listening to this conversation. Because why? Many of our businesses in our community are not keeping track of our numbers. We're not keeping track of our numbers, and you guys don't really know what the impact may be when you guys don't keep your numbers. So we're going to talk about that. So number one, to really say you're doing business, and I did a live stream about a week and a half ago, and I talked about, that was my video I did, hobby versus business. Will the IRS consider your business a hobby, or something like that was the topic, right? In that video, I told you guys that the IRS said, if you're not doing your accounting and keeping proper records, then you are not operating a legitimate business in their eyes, okay? So now we're going to connect the dots with that conversation and why it's very important for you guys to do this. You guys probably have never understood why I fuss all the time about you guys doing your bookkeeping, why I fuss all the time for you guys to properly keep your paperwork and your receipts and try to, do the back end of your business, because we're about to have this discussion. So guys, what I'm about to do, we're going to start off really, really small out here. So I'm going to delete this W-2 because I had did a test. I had did something for my Insta stories, and I did a screenshot of what a person that makes $250,000 on W-2, how much money they will end up owing. So today, what we're about to do, give me 1 second. What we're about to do, I'm about to go ahead on and show you guys how much money you're going to end up paying just with your little bit of money that you're making in your business. Because a lot of you be like, oh, Folasade, I only made $25,000 in my business. Oh, Folasade, I only made $50,000 in my business. And you think that's an excuse to not do your bookkeeping. That's an excuse not to track things. It's just an excuse. But I'm about to show you guys today why I don't care how much money you guys make in your business. It is very important that you guys end up tracking everything. And even if you don't have a business, why it's important if you are an employee to make sure that you maximize your taxes as well. So we're about to have that discussion. So guys, I am on Instagram. So if you guys want to see my screen, you might want to head over to our YouTube channel, which is Folasade TV. Okay, so guys, what I'm about to do, I'm about to share my screen really quick, and I'm about to show you my tax software. All right. Because see, guys, I noticed with a lot of you, you guys have to see it in your face, see it flat out. So that's what we're about to see. We're about to see it flat out. Alrighty. So the first, not avatar, whatever the word is, the first example that we're going to look at. And if you guys, let me see if I can do this on Instagram. Hold on. Let me see if I can flip this. Give me 1 second. I did get a little. All right. Let's see. All right. Instagram, you guys can see. Okay, so let's see how we do this. Okay, so first things first, we say that you have a business, right? You have a business right now. And your business, you net it. That means after all of your business expenses, or if you don't have any business expenses, let's say your business just made $50,000, right? So if your business makes only $50,000, because the goal is never to really make $50,000. Well, some people go, but most people goal is to never make $50,000, just $50,000. But let's say, for example, guys, if your business makes only $50,000 and you don't track your expenses, and you just say, oh no, I don't care, Folasade just filed a $50,000. Next year, I'm going to better keep my expenses. Next year, I'm going to better do this. Next year, I'm going to do this, right? Okay, next year. Let me pull a state really quick. So if you're in the state of Maryland like me, well, let's use California. If you're in California, right, and your business had $50,000, you're going to owe the federal taxes $8,001, and you're going to owe your state, California, $212. So if your business netted $50,000, or if your business made $50,000 and you do not want to give me your expenses, you did not track your expenses, you're not taking responsibility for things, right? Then guess what's going to happen? You guys are going to end up owing $8,000, $8,000 in federal taxes. However, so let's say, for example, you were doing your bookkeeping. You were doing things right. You tracked your expenses. You wasn't lazy. And your expenses, let's just throw in a number, right? Let's say your expenses were $30,000. So that means if you did keep record of all of your expenses and didn't take the lazy approach, you would not owe $8,000 anymore. You will actually only owe $2,826 in federal taxes. I'm going to say that again. By you making sure you track everything in your business and doing things the right way that business is supposed to be done, regardless if your business make $50,000 or not, and you tracked all of your expenses. Hey, Tommy. Hey, guys. And you tracked all of your expenses. I need to block this person. Oh, I finally was able to block somebody for the first time. Okay, so if you're not tracking all of your business expenses and you just say, like most people do, oh no, just file it for Folasade, you end up giving IRS more money than what they're supposed to. You've taken money out of your household because you didn't track your expenses. Hey, Flagger. Let me repeat that again. Because there's three type of people we're talking about. We're talking about the person that made the $50,000 in their business and don't think that they need bookkeeping. Right? So you don't track nothing. You don't take it serious. At the end of the year, you can end up owing $8,000 in taxes. I just showed you guys that. That's just federal. Let's say, for example, you made the $50,000, but you went on ahead and tracked your expenses. Let's just say your expenses are $30,000. You will only owe federal taxes of $2,000, like almost $3,000. So that's like a $5,000 difference just because you properly kept your records. So that is called bookkeeping, guys. Your bookkeeping, the tracking of your expenses is called, like, at least on a simplest form, record keeping, but on a more detailed accounting level, that's what bookkeeping is for. So a lot of you guys are avoiding having your bookkeeping done because you don't want to pay for the service, when in all actuality, my bookkeeping services wouldn't even be for the year more than what you're owing in taxes. A lot of you are not tracking your business expenses because you don't think, oh, your $50,000 is a lot. When you put $50,000 on a tax return, I hope you guys learn from today, you can owe in the upwards of $8,000 on a federal level. This is why I fuss all the time about doing tax planning. This is why I fuss all the time about you guys doing your bookkeeping. This is why I fuss and say that doing tax strategies don't necessarily matter first. Doing your bookkeeping matters first, but you guys don't want to have that conversation. You guys would rather for me to come up here and talk about everything that's not relevant to you guys growing, and that's not relevant to you guys saving money in your household, and that's not relevant to you guys being able to save money so you can eventually, hopefully, build generational wealth. You guys are rather for me to come up here and talk about all of the celebrity Jews, junk, and all of that stuff, when we need to be having a conversation surrounding around you guys, and why you don't want to properly keep records, and why you don't want to do your accounting. When I keep trying to tell you guys that accounting is the language of business, guys, it's literally no way around it. Either you pay me to do your bookkeeping or you pay the IRS, period. But you guys don't want to have that conversation. You want a lottie-gotti. Because guess what? From my experience growing up, everybody will always say, oh, you don't need an accountant. So now the new thing is, because you guys got all of these online softwares to do your tax returns, you don't think you need a tax person to do your taxes. And I'm showing you guys this. If you don't have an accountant do your taxes right or your bookkeeping right, you're going to be like Tyler Perry, paying the IRS $9 million more than probably what he had to. Okay. Or you end up giving the IRS more money than what you're supposed to because you don't want to properly keep your records. But you guys don't want to talk about that. You guys want to talk about everything else that's irrelevant to our present situation. Right now, they say that in our community, we have a surge of businesses coming, a surge of you guys opening up businesses. But I'm not seeing the surge of business transpire into successful businesses. Because when your business online get really big, then more than likely, guess what you start to do? Buy real estate for your business. You either go get an office because you need staff, you either go get a warehouse, or you either go get something for your staff. I'm not seeing it. I'm only seeing it with a few people. But the majority of us are not building our businesses on a level in which that we can now take it any further. And I think it's simply because you guys are not looking at the numbers. If you guys were to really look at the numbers, you'll probably slap yourself in the face when you realize that you spent $15,000 last year in your business on coaching, but you didn't do nothing that your coach say. A lot of you will slap yourself in the face when you realize that because you decided not to do your bookkeeping this year and you end up making 100,000. See, that's the next number we want to look at, because everybody telling y'all want to make six figures. I want y'all to make that six figures, but I also need y'all to understand that the moment that you guys make this six figures, right? The moment you guys make this six figure, you also need to do your accounting, because you're going to be hit with a fat tax bill. So Tommy said, and guys, this is Tommy Watkins with Fingerprint Gurus. Go follow him on YouTube. Tommy said the surge in businesses are surging due to the collapse in the job market. Many are not feeling safe. I get it. I love it. Start those businesses. But the issue is this: they also need to do their bookkeeping, because just like that business could collapse, Their job could collapse and there's no security. When you guys are not doing your finances and not taking care of your house and doing your bookkeeping, you're going to collapse your own business. So what we're about to do, guys, I'm about to show you, if you guys just keep $100,000 from your business, that's what we want to look at, $100,000 from your business. How much taxes you going to owe? This is why hiring a professional is required. This is why making sure you get on my calendar, come filing this year, so you can start learning what tax strategies to implement in addition to the proper record keeping that you need, so you can have an idea of how to offset things. But you guys are trying to wing these businesses, and when it comes to year end and when it comes to staying in compliance, you're backing out and running. All right, guys, I'm about to share my screen. So if you're on Instagram, if you want to see my screen just a little bit more clearer than this, please head over to our Facebook page. I said our Facebook page, our Instagram page. Guys, our YouTube page, sorry, at Folasade TV. All right, guys, I'm about to share my screen, and then Instagram, I'm going to move the camera for you guys. All right. So if, let me see. All right. All right, guys. So if your business made $100,000, right, you're going to end up owing federal taxes in the amount of $21,451. Okay? Let me see if you got any kids. Okay, I didn't put no kids down there. You're going to end up owing about $21,451 on the federal level, and then you're going to end up owing $3,207 on the state level. That's with $100,000. So by the time you guys go make that money, you're not anticipating the major tax bill. You guys are not anticipating owing $25,000 at the end of the year. And the number gets higher and higher and higher as you go. Let me see what the self-employment taxes are on this money. The self-employment taxes on this money alone is $15,000. How much did I say? $15,871. The self-employment taxes. So the moment you guys make that $100,000, if you're not properly keeping your records, if you're not tracking your business expenses, if you're not trying to do legitimate tax strategies, right, to minimize your tax burden, you guys are going to be left with paying $21,000 to IRS. Tommy say, but with the business come great responsibility. Exactly. But the beauty of it, and Tommy say, get with her, guys. That little money don't mean nothing when you get it. Yep, when you get the IRS, yep, levy, it don't mean anything. And see, the problem is, guys, see, it's not just for the taxes. It's also so you can know what's going on with your business. A lot of you are afraid of looking at the numbers, but you want to make money. If you want to crack the code, start loving numbers, not necessarily math, okay? Let's take that out. Accounting is not really math, okay? Yes, we use math, but the concept of accounting is not necessarily math. It really transpires to words. When I look at you guys as numbers, right, I can tell you exactly a story behind your transactions. I'm able to tell you that you spent this money this where, and what did you buy it for? And then you can answer me and say, oh yeah, Folasade, I did. Then, well, what did you spend the money on? Oh, I did this. Well, did you get results from it? Oh, no. Okay, well, if you didn't get results, why are you buying this? The numbers start to allow you to ask yourself those difficult questions that you guys, hey, Dave, those difficult questions that you guys don't really want to ask yourself. And it's crazy because right now where we are, guys, right? And we're in that space where our opportunities is limitless. But what's going to hurt you guys is your accounting. I guarantee you, I saw that during the pandemic. All of my clients that had their numbers in order, was up to date with giving us their paperwork, was on point. We were able to submit all of their applications for their PPP, the EIDL. They was able to qualify for additional funding quickly. It wasn't a hiccup. Oh, can you guys do this? Oh, can you rush to do this? No, the clients that didn't have their numbers but almost did, they got them in but barely. And the clients that didn't have anything, I couldn't even take them on because they wasn't my one-on-one clients, but they used random numbers because they didn't have their total. So guess what happened? Those random numbers is a misstatement on your PPP applications and your EIDL. So a lot of people that decided not to do their bookkeeping because they don't want to pay an accountant, they don't want to do this, you also then use those same numbers incorrectly to file all of those applications that the DOJ is looking at right now. But y'all refuse to do the right thing. Y'all want me to come up here and pop off, talk about every celebrity and everything. Like, I don't have time for that. I have time to really change your guys' life. And y'all don't see what I deal with behind the scenes. I'm coming to have these conversations with you guys and really trying to school you guys to really show you that it's not worth the headache. You guys are causing yourself problems. By you not doing your accounting, you're causing yourself to have a huge tax bill or causing yourself not to know what's happening in your business. You cannot run your business from your bank account. You cannot. You cannot grow a business just looking at your bank account. But you guys don't want to have that conversation. You don't want to have that conversation that Folasade, I'm tired. I'm barely making it in the business, but I don't want to do my accounting, but I want to make millions of dollars, but I don't keep proper records. I don't do this. I don't do this. I don't do that. Right now, what I'm telling you guys is that we're not in the landscape of business anymore when you guys can take that lackadaisical, I'm tired approach. With the increased regulation that's happening, with the 1099s, the first official year of all of these 1099s being issued to the IRS, there's going to be a surge of audits. I've been telling you guys this because guess what? Your incomes are inconsistent, or your reporting from those previous years were inconsistent. So in addition to you guys properly keeping the records for 2022 and 2023, you guys probably not even understanding that whatever you put on 2021's return and 2022's return is going to be scrutinized because of 2020 of this year's return that we're about to file. See, the IRS audited you guys because of inconsistency in your returns as well. It's not necessarily because, oh, you misreported something, or, oh, you tried to hide something. No, a lot of times they audit you because your numbers were inconsistent. Something else triggered. This year, it might be that your business made $400,000 and last year your business made $50,000. That can trigger it. It can be because you claimed charitable contributions of $15,000 this year and last year you claimed $2,000. The moment you guys did not report things properly on 2021's return, the moment that you file 2022 return, it's going to be triggered. So I'm begging you guys to start doing your bookkeeping so you can file the correct numbers and stop guessing. Because guess what? You guys are still filing 000. You're still using TurboTax and saying you have a business and your expenses is 200. Your expenses is 50. Your expenses is 20. Your expenses is not 20. Your expenses was 1950. Let us round it. But you guys don't want to have that conversation. You want to talk about everybody else, but what's really happening on our side of town. On our side of town, I congratulate each and every one of you for attempting to start that business. Kudos to you. Now you have a responsibility to yourself, to your family, to your team members, your potential team members, and everyone else to do your very best. And your very best is to track your expenses, track everything. Your income as well. Because a lot of you don't even know how much money you're making in your business. So here's one thing that you guys can do, and I'm going to share my screen really quick. First thing that we need to do, guys, we first need to accept responsibility that we have money blocks. I think what's happening in our community, and let me stop before I share my screen. I think what's happening in our community, because we've been so deprived of our money, because we have had to fight for every dollar, stuff like that. I think that we still have issues that we need to therapeutic that we might need to look upon and maybe seek therapy for or journaling for, because it's prevalent in our community for us to sabotage ourselves financially. I see it every day. We're self-sabotaging ourselves financially in our community. So the first thing we need to accept is that if you are afraid, I don't know if any of you know my story, but some of you know my story, some of you don't. When I was so broke and so poor and struggling, guys, I used to hate opening my mail. It took me 2 years of stability for me to get over opening my mail. And still till this day, guys, I hate opening mail because every time I received mail, it equated to a bill. And when you're not bringing enough money, you don't want to see no more bills. So I get it. Whatever money problems you probably are having, but we have to hold ourselves accountable and say, okay, Folasade, I am having money problems. I am afraid to check my bank account. I am afraid to file my tax return. I am afraid to keep proper records. I hate paperwork. Like we have to really be on and we have to be honest. That's the first step. Once we accept that, right, then we are able to really challenge ourselves to make the changes. And so if you are afraid of opening your mail like I was, we got to first accept that, yes, we don't have the money to pay the bill, but we at least need to know what a bill is to prevent it from being cut off. Okay. Like, or for it to be extremely late. Like we at least need to know our due dates and our deadlines, right? So we have to accept that we need to open it up. If you are afraid to check your bank account, or if you are afraid to ask for money, then we have to just start asking and then critiquing ourselves on how we felt. Did we get tongue tied? Did we stutter? Like what happened when we attempted to ask for money? What happened when we went for the clothes? What happened when we went to ask? And we just have to start just breaking it down layer for layer and then not being pressured, because we all have fought to get to where we are. Okay. No one of us had it easy. It may look like it, but if you of this, right, it's my color skin, right, we've been through some stuff. Okay. The issue is that now we have to accept that the doors are opening, the opportunities are there, and we have to start breaking the money barriers that we were raised on. We were really raised on that, not the fact of not opening the bill. That's a trauma, a response of trauma, right? But most of us were born poor. Most of us, struggled. We have a few of us that were parents were well off, right? But we were born into that. We were not born into. We were born into it. Okay, so if you were born into poverty, if you were born into money problems, right? My queen face, then it's not your fault. But we have to accept that we still have some negative trauma that is stopping us from accepting the reality that we have this business and we have to be financially well and whole, and we have to manage our finances, and it's no way around it, especially if you have goals. Now if you're just winging this business thing, I'm not talking to you. If you're just winging business, not just winging business, if you just playing business and you don't want anything out of it, you don't want to retire from it, you don't want to support your family from it, if you have no goals with your business, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the people that eventually want to retire from their jobs. I'm talking to people that want to retire in their business. I'm talking to people that want to make millions or hundreds of thousands. I'm talking to people that want to be comfortable from the results of their labor and their team labor. If you want to be successful in business, we need you to know some numbers. So what I'm about to do, we're about to go into QuickBooks really quick, okay? So a Queen's Face say, yes, but what if we aren't able to afford you right now? Where could we start? Afford me in what sense? Are we talking about maybe like a one-on-one consult? Then you would just pay the amount that it is now. I can have my team even do split payments. We tend to work with people, but you won't be able to do the consult with me until your payment in full is made. So you can do that. I don't know what we're going to do for Black Friday. I may offer you guys, I don't know, but just at the minimum level, maybe join one of my classes that I teach and ask questions, or do a consult with me and try to come in there so prepared to get all of your burning questions answered. Okay. So just start with the consult. My consultations can take your business from zero to, if you do the work, to big bucks. Just a consult. If you fill out my questionnaire, if you take all of my steps, your consult will be life changing if you do the work. Okay. I appreciate your queen's face. Okay, so guys, what I'm about to do, I'm about to show you QuickBooks really quick. And I'm showing you guys the test file with the QuickBooks. I'm not showing you guys mine or my clients, so don't get excited. Showing you guys the test drive file on QuickBooks. And so why am I showing you guys this? I'm showing you guys this so we can look at a report. Now, I'm not going to teach you guys how to read a profit and loss statement. If you want to learn how to do that, then check out our upcoming class that I'm going to record for you guys, showing you how to do that. But I'm using this to show you guys. Oh, sorry, Instagram. Hold on. Let me see. Uh-oh. Okay, here we go. Okay, so here we go. So you guys can see the profit and loss statement. So this profit and loss statement basically shows the income of your business and the expenses of your business. Okay, so you see here it says income, and you see here, okay, cost of goods. Okay, then it says gross profit, and then down here is all of your regular, your expenses. Okay, right? Now, let's say you don't have a profit and loss statement. You're not doing your bookkeeping, or you're not using it. Well, let's say you're not using it. You don't have no type of QuickBooks system, no proper anything. How would you get the totals? How would you get your total design income? Let's just use what's here. How would you get your total design income? Let's say, for example, you offer also landscaping service. How would you know? Yeah, you can go on your Shopify. Your Shopify might say, well, you wouldn't have a Shopify with this type of industry. But yeah, your Shopify might say what it sold. But then, do your Shopify know how much your expenses were for that month? Can your Shopify total what was the rent and then give you the net income or the net loss? Shouldn't you know how much money your business kept after all of its expenses? Shouldn't you know what was your total utilities for your business? Shouldn't you know what you paid your accountant for the year or for the month? What are your job costs? Shouldn't you know all of this running a business? And if you guys use this, wouldn't you be able to make better decisions for your company? Because automatically you will see at the top, oh my gosh, I only made $10,000. Oh my gosh, I only made $10,000. You'll be able to say that. Oh my gosh, but my expenses was a total of 4,000. Then we have other expenses, total other expenses, 2009. So you operate at a loss. So how do you guys know where your business is right now? If your business is operating at a loss, if your business is operating at a profit, is your business healthy? Did you bring in enough? What's coming in? What's going out? Guys, do we know what we need to know to be able to build this daggone thing? It's interesting to me because so often in my community, we want $1 million companies, we want this, but we don't have the accountant. We want this, but we don't have the teacher. Like business, remember, accounting is the language of business. You're going to end up overpaying the taxes, as you guys can clearly see. I showed you guys. If your business was tracking your expenses, you'll pay less taxes. If your business is not tracking your expenses, see, this is why I say no bookkeeping strategy. I say no bookkeeping, no tax strategy will work. And I can show you guys that. Let's say, for example, I put the business use of home in there. The business use of home would not reduce as much taxes as your regular business expenses that you track. This is why I always ask you guys, do your bookkeeping first, then you implement tax strategies. But you guys just want to do tax strategies. But then you guys do the tax strategies, but then you don't have the logs. You don't have the records. You guys say you hire your child, but there's no proof, no documentation. You guys say you paid your contractor, you have no proof, no documentation. Are we going to operate business like business people, or are we going to keep getting our businesses started and stopping it and never getting it to the point in which it can be worth something? Because I'm waiting for the data to show me where the businesses are right now in our community. I'm waiting to see where we are. Because see, guys, it's not about the money that you make. It's about how much you keep. Because a person that make $80,000 on the same tax return, right? And they tracked everything, probably would keep more money than you, because guess what? You have to pay more taxes because you didn't track your paperwork. You didn't track things. You didn't keep all of the paperwork that I asked you. You didn't do your bookkeeping. You didn't hire an accountant. So the person that made $80,000, they didn't invest it into their retirement. They didn't pay for their health insurance. They didn't got long-term care. They also then converted their business to S Corp and did all of this stuff just because they had an accountant that strategically told them, hey, you're doing this. This is kind of what you need to do right now to get to this point and do this. A lot of you guys are just winging businesses and think that it's innate in our community. I'm a second generation business person, guys. I am not just coming up here from my experience of running my business for almost 12 years. I am a second generation business person. My father is an accountant. My father owned his own company. I never really had to work for people. Like when I did work for people, I worked because of experience. I always watched business. This is why I'm able to come up here and tell you guys what you are not doing. I've been watching accounting for over 30. How old am I? 37. I've been working in my dad's company since I was like 12. So for 20 something years, I've been watching Black people manage their money, and I haven't seen a change. So don't forget, that's why I'm coming to you guys. It's not just my 11 years of business I'm coming from. Almost 12. I'm teaching you guys from 20 something years of experience. When we were doing almost paper tax returns. And nothing has changed in our community. And what I'm seeing is that our businesses do not get past like 0.01% of our businesses get past $1 million. So just imagine after 20 years, how many tax returns how many people I've worked with? How many tax returns have I filed? Just imagine in 20 years, how many tax returns have I filed? How many people I've worked with or served or talked with over the years? Thousands. So we're at the peak of opportunity. And I guarantee you this. If you start managing your money better, guys, you will get a better result. You have to be able to know what you want. If you say you guys want these successful businesses, stop sabotaging yourself. Do you guys know how many people I work with that get that major tax bill and they do not ever go back to running a business again? They go back to a job. They go and ask that company, can they get on W-2? They go ask that company, can they work for them? Like, this is why I'm coming to talk with you guys, because see, when you guys get that big tax bill in our community, it's common for us to run because of it. But I don't want that to happen to you. I want to let you know what can help. First is the bookkeeping, then is the tax strategies. The tax strategies is second. Bookkeeping is first. Then the bookkeeping will allow you to have the information you need to grow and scale the company. But without the bookkeeping, you will be paying more taxes. So just imagine, let's put this in context. Let me see if I can show my calculator, right? Let's put this in context. Because you guys just think, oh, this is no money. Oh, this is no money. It's a lot of money. Watch this. Watch this. You guys are going to panic. And I'll show you guys this. Let me share my screen. So what I'm about to do is show you the calculator. We're just going to use Google calculator. Then I'm going to do this because I know my Okay. See the Google calculator. Let's say, for example, because you're not tracking your bookkeeping, you're not doing your bookkeeping, you're not tracking your business expenses, you overpay taxes, and this is common, over $10,000. So let's say, for example, you take this lackadaisical approach for 5 years consecutively, 5 years, or 5 years every other year, whatever it is. That means you have already given the IRS over $50,000 more than what you were supposed to just because you decided not to do your bookkeeping. Now, that's not even counting the state. That's not even counting the state amount that you will end up owing. So let's say, for example, the state. So we already got what you're going to owe in 5 years for federal, right? Right. So now let's say for your state, we got 2,000 times 5 years, what? 10,000, right? All right. So then we add that plus the 50,000 is what? $60,000 that you guys didn't overpaid the IRS. I mean, the state overpaid in taxes in total. What could you have done with that $60,000? What could you have done differently with that $60,000? What could you have done for your family? Oh, I didn't even show you the calculator. I'm sorry, guys. Did I not show you guys the calculator? Oh, guys, it was over $60,000 on there. What could you guys do with $60,000 additionally in your household over 5 years? How many vacations is that? That's luxury vacation. How much money is that into your retirement account? How much money is that to pay down your credit card debt? How much money is that can go into your savings? Hey, Scholar. So, and the same thing, think about it, 5 years. 5 years times 5 is what? 25,000. You add on the state, $35,000. What could you have done for your family with 35,000 additional dollars sitting in your pocket? Hey, Stacy. And so, guys, if you like the content, please like and subscribe our YouTube. Please like the video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're on Instagram, if you want to see my screen when I am sharing it, head over to our YouTube at Folasade TV. Guys, please share the video because I know I'm not talking about what you guys want to talk about. You guys probably want me to come up here and talk about everybody else, some celebrity stuff. No, I'm not doing it. We're talking about you guys. Because the celebrity is one person. That's one person. I'm worried about you guys. And a lot of them celebrities are not even in control over themselves. Y'all in control of yourselves. So the reality is, guys, are we going to play business or are we going to do business? Or are we going to just keep giving the government our money? And see, this is the thing, guys, the tax code, those credits and stuff was set up to prevent people from evading taxes. The tax system, the IRS wants you guys to do tax planning and do tax strategy. The only thing they don't want you guys to do is cheat. And what you guys don't understand is that some of you already cheat in the system and you don't know it because you're reporting your income wrong because you're not doing your bookkeeping. You also cheat in the IRS because you're reporting your expenses wrong because you're not doing your bookkeeping. So some of you are indirectly cheating the IRS because you refuse to do your bookkeeping. And that's the only thing they hate. They don't want you to cheat them. But if your expenses is XYZ and they're all legitimate expenses, the IRS gonna say, okay, all right, yeah, I'm pissed off. I even had an agent say that. One of the IRS agents said, I'm frustrated for Folasade, but it is what it is. You guys presented everything to me. I signed off real mad. You guys presented everything to me. I'm like, cool beans. We good. Let's get out of here. Let's go. Let's get out. I had a client that ended up, they gave IRS sent them a $300,000 assessment. I had to go all the way to the IRS office in DC. I had a whole case of paperwork. Flopped them on the table, flopped on the table, flopped on the table. I get a call 4 months, like 2 months, 3 months later. All right, Folasade, we review everything. We made no adjustments. But you guys think that doing accounting would do some harm, but I also now starting to realize that it might be something in our community in terms of us dealing with money that is preventing us to respect the accounting industry and the bookkeeping and taxes and everything. And I think because you guys have this false perception that the tax software got your back, and just because they have their little audit program that they work for you and you're goody, you guys should see what we deal with. I have so many amended returns that I'm doing just because they use TurboTax. I have so many amended returns. You should see all of the people that, and it's because we charge so much for amended returns, some people did not move forward with my salesperson when she told them the price, and that's fine with us, but guess what? They still got amended return. So you're setting yourselves up for failure, guys, and self-sabotaging your business simply because you refuse to do the thing that can save you the most money and give you the most benefit and be the most useful for your business. And that is your bookkeeping. And yes, some of you say, Folasade, I want you to do my bookkeeping, but I'm not ready. Guys, you can afford me. You're not just paying me. It's coaching all in one. It's everything that you need in one. And honestly, we can afford what we want to afford. Let's really be honest. You guys can afford whatever you deem is important. But because bookkeeping don't seem like it's interesting to y'all, it's or something, I don't know what it is. So let me just ask the question. That's all the people that's here. I should have asked when more people was here. Or whoever watched the replay, I wanted you to put it in the chat. When you're talking about money, when you hear money, how do you feel? When I talk about taxes, how do you feel? Do you feel a little shook up? Do you feel a little worried? Your palms start itching? What happens? Because I'm curious. I really need to start surveying Black people. What happens? When you hear taxes and money and bills, what happens when you hear it? What happens? And it's going to be different for each person, especially depending on your background. But I would really love to see if, as a community, are we suffering from money problems? This is why we self-sabotage. This is why when it's time for us to grow our businesses, we really cannot get it past $1 million level. It's just, and what's very scary of that is because a lot of businesses, sometimes your break-even point, sometimes the money that you need to make for you to be comfortable with your family and pay your team is above $1 million. So if we cannot get above $1 million, then how are we ever allowing people in our team to get comfortable and stay with us? This is why employment is low in our community for our businesses, within our businesses. Our employment levels are low because we may not be able to pay people what they're worth. Because we're not doing our bookkeeping. So you're not seeing what you need. You don't have an accountant, so your accountant is not saying, okay, well, hey, if you just make an extra $4,000 a month, then you can afford that person. I'm telling you guys. Tommy say running, but he just kidding. We're at that point, guys. The riches, whatever it is, and see, let me not even just say the riches because it's really about freedom for me. A lot of you can't even take off from work, and this is very common in the Black community and our community. Some of us can't even take off from work because we can't afford to miss a paycheck. Some of us can't stop working in our business because the moment we know that we don't work a day in our business, we don't get paid. If the moment that you don't work, you don't get paid, we have to figure out a way to prevent that because everybody deserves a day off. Everybody deserves to be able to take a vacation. Everybody deserves it. So the reality is if you're working a job and you can never take off, okay, because you have bills and things like that and stuff like that. Or some people, now, if you're just saving, you know what I mean? And that's different. I'm not talking to you. But if you're just working a job and you're not able to get not able to take a day off because you won't be able to afford to be able to pay your bills at the end of the month, then we now need to ask ourselves 3 questions. And this is the question I got brutalized on my post on one of my influencer posts that I'm doing. Because I said that nobody that's a cashier should be getting paid more than $15 an hour. So I'm about to give you guys a step to really figure out what you have to do. Okay. Number 1, and I know you guys are going to hate this, but this is the core of everything. You have to know how much money is coming in right now. Even if it's only $500 a month, just put it in, whatever it is. Even if it's 1,000, 50,000, 100, whatever your number is that you're making presently, put it at the top. Then I need every one of you to list out all of your expenses. So let's say your rent is this. If you stay with your mom and you pay her rent, you stay with your cousin, you pay them whatever rent, put that there. Your cell phone bill, whatever your bills are, I need it completely listed out. All right. So let me show you guys really quick. Give me 1 minute. Let me get a blank piece of paper because I don't want you guys to be like, Folasade, I don't know what to do. I don't want no excuses. I don't want no excuses. Okay. Hold on. Let me find a piece of paper. Don't want no excuses. Okay. All right. So you see, I got a blank piece of paper, right? So let's say if your income is $3,000 a month. Let's just start there, right? Just put $3,000. Okay. Just put $3,000. My Instagram is freezing bad. They don't want me to be great. Right. And then what you're going to do, you're going to put rent. Let's say it's $500. You're going to put car note, whatever it is, $250. Let's say your car insurance is $100. Let's say your groceries, you need to have your groceries in there. Yes, you do. It's $150. Let's say your cell phone is $300. No, let's do your groceries $400, right? And then your cell phone $150. Sorry, let me try to be practical. Car insurance, that's not reasonable. We're gonna do. Let's say what else? Bills, right? Okay, gas, $100, electricity, Pepco, $100. Okay, so then you're going to total. So this is all I have. We don't have to do nothing pretty. I do not. When we are breaking money barriers, guys, when this is tough for you, I don't need you to have a beautiful paper. Okay, I just need us to just take steps. This is the first step. That's it. Just the first step. I always say. Okay, this is the first step. So income here, 3,000. And then here's your expenses just listed out. So now we're going to total them. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 1400, 1450, 1500. So it's saying that your expenses based on this list, all you do is total them. Okay. You just add them up like I did. It's 1,500. My handwriting is very horrible. I'm an accountant. We write numbers very fast. We like doctors that scribble, right? 1,500. So that means when we subtract out your total income, you're going to take the $3,000 of your income, and then you're going to subtract out your expenses of $1,500. That gives you $1,500 in disposable income. So that gives you $1,500 of income that is not directly tied to an expense. And if income is not directly tied to an expense, right? Then that means you can either save that money, invest that money, or spend that money, or give it away. That's spending too. All right. So here's the problem. The moment that you see how much you have left over after all of your major bills, it's going to be a shock to some of you guys to see how much money you spend and you don't know where the money's go. But at least can we start just where I asked you guys to start today? Just jot down your income and your expense. So the first thing was to challenge your money blocks. Remember, that was the first step. And you might want to catch the replay for that. The second step is to do your budget, okay? And then last but not least, accountability. Once you do your budget, Once, and I'm not going to say your budget, once you list out the income and expenses, right? Whatever it is, we just got to be honest at that point. We got to be honest at that point. We got to ask ourselves, are we buying too much food? We got to ask ourselves, are we doing this? Are we doing that? We just have to ask ourselves. And you know, as the accountability accountant, thank you. As the accountability accountant, guys, this is the tough work. Remember, it just took me 2 minutes to do my little generic budget. And because we're starting from ground zero, we don't need nothing fancy. We just need to start breaking barriers, right? The hardest part is that once you realize that you have all of this money left over, is accepting the realization that you pissed away a lot of money. Guys, when I realized how much money I pissed away when I first started making good money, y'all, when I was younger and older, it hurt me to the core. Like you feel a sense of regret, okay? And that's okay for right now, because we can make changes that where if we make massive changes, we will never regret it again, because we had to learn from that. Guys, I'm trying to get this Instagram going again, but it's not. So that's what I need you guys to do. We need to accept the fact that right now we're in a major opportunity. We're in the space right now economically where we have so much opportunity. The second thing we have to realize is that that opportunity does nothing if you don't do what you need to do. And that, yes, you can make that money, right? You can make $1 million, but are you going to be able to keep that $1 million without doing your bookkeeping? Are you going to be able to keep that money without having an accountant? Are you going to be able to keep that money without having your stuff in order? No, you're not. If you guys listen to any of y'all and y'all idols, all of the ladies that try to scale up, right? They had to have millions to scale up, because you have to buy a large amount of inventory. You have to be able to buy a large amount of space, a large warehouse. You have to have enough to be able to cover the shipping cost and everything. So the guys, this is the reality we're in right now. You can sit back and take what I'm saying as a joke and say, she don't know. Because a lot of you guys were saying on Instagram, I'm not in touch. I'm the touchiest most person ever. When I mean by in touch, I know exactly everything that y'all been through. Some of you guys don't know my story. So I cannot give you no excuse for complacency. I cannot give you guys an excuse for you being poor and destitute. I cannot give an excuse because you live in the hood. I grew up in the hood. I was on Section 8. I was on Section 8 going to college. A lot of you guys don't know my story. I cannot give you guys excuses because I went without. Just for me to get out of the hood, I had to go to the courthouse to get the daggone $1,500 because they burglarized me. So they gave me $1,500. That's how broke I was. I couldn't even have my deposit for my apartment in Silver Spring. But I prayed and I made moves and I took steps and God moved me. And now where I am now, I'm never going back. I'm never going to be broke again. I'm never going to be poor again. Because God, I did my work. I'm doing my work. It says time versus time with children has always been a battle. You know what? See, this is the thing. Sometimes if the time with the children is a battle, guys, because I see a lot of moms and dads that have business to say that, just incorporate them in the process. You know what I realized having children is that children like discipline, not to beat them. You know what I mean? But they like structure, guys. Hey, y'all. They like structure. So if you're working in the business, hey, let them do some stuff. You know what I mean? Let them do whatever they can do. They might tap out 30 minutes and that's cool. But you spend some QT, but then don't forget, just don't drop the ball with them. Keep your promises. If you keep your promises and you raising them right, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Because I had to sacrifice with my kids too. It's hard, y'all. It's hard. This business stuff is hard. But if you really just do the work and you pray, guys, and you take action and hold yourself accountable, you will be able to do everything that you never thought you possibly could. See, remember, y'all, I almost lost my house. My house I'm in now. I almost lost my house. My Mercedes was repossessed. I've been through a lot. So this is why I can't give nobody online, anybody on Instagram, any of you guys, any excuse. I didn't have a mother that my mother died when I was in college. Like, this is why when y'all come to me, y'all say, oh, she out of touch. No, the fuck, I'm not out of touch. You want me to give you an excuse. I'm the accountability accountant, guys. It's no excuses. Now, I will hug you. Yes, I will be empathetic. Yes, I will pray with you. Yes, I will cry with you, but I'm going to tell you, get up, boo, and let's go. And that's what I want the community to realize, that it's time for us to get up and go. You guys are accepting the fact that we're waiting for reparations, and everybody say, yes, we need them, but where we are right now, we really don't need them because we got so much opportunity. But you guys don't want to have that conversation. That the opportunity we have now trump a lot of the reparations they're going to give us. Yes, because see, this is the thing you guys got to understand. A lot of people, I know when my team cut this up, y'all, a lot of y'all going to scrutinize me for this. Yes, they giving billions to Russia and all of that stuff. Let's really be honest. And I teach my kids this. Why would you want somebody to say that they're the reason why you're successful? If they was to give us all our reparations right now, and just so happen all of my clients' business become $1 million business in 6 months, do you know the government is going to equate our success off the fact that they gave us that money, when the reality is we've been pushing our businesses for all these years and they finally just cut us the check? Like, do you guys understand that the opportunity that we in now, we don't need nothing from nobody. We need to just get up and go and stop making excuses. And I'm not the one that's going to make excuses. So for all of y'all stragglers, for all of y'all ugly folks that's bashing me, talking about my wig was dry and this and all that, you and F all of you. Because it's not about my wig being dry. It's about my message. It's not about my lips being dry. It's about my message. But y'all don't want to have that conversation. I had to bootstrap my business. I asked my sister. I had to borrow money from her to skip my tax software. Stop it. So this is why when I say something, y'all say, oh, Folasade, y'all try to talk, like, literally, I should show y'all this post on Instagram, and I should even click each one of y'all profiles, but I'm not going to be mean like that, because he's always the ugly people that talk about pretty people. Like, if you don't like brown skin girls, that's fine. But I know you can't say I'm ugly. You can't say nothing about me. That's the problem with you guys. When God put me here, he put me here to take away all of you guys' excuses. That's what you guys are not understanding. So if you black, you brown like me, and you don't have confidence, I can build your confidence, because I was bashed just like you, boo. If you grew up in the hood like me, I can help you figure out how I was strategically able to get out of the environment that I was in, and what I had to do, what free programs I used, what school free tutoring classes and tuition programs I use. But you guys are not having the right conversation I need us to be having right now. Tommy say they worried about reparations just like that student loan bailout. Exactly, non-existent. Tommy, don't do that. You fat, Tommy, you worse than me. Closed mouth. Exactly, closed mouth don't get fed. Talk about it, sis. No lies detected. Beauty and talent, friend. Pretty brown. Thank you, love. Stop it. Let's focus on what I'm saying. And I'm the type of person, like, I can come up here spliffed. Like, for real, guys. If I show y'all how I get down, like, I get spliffed. Y'all will be mad. I used to look perfect. The reason why I stopped looking perfect and stopped articulating the way I used to, because you guys couldn't understand me. So yes, I'm going to scream, because my message is very clear. You don't need reparations right now. You know what we need? We need community. We need love. We need to stop killing each other. And we need to work together. If we did all 4 of those things and organize together and help each other rather than hating each other, then we will be able to get our businesses. If you guys go look at the Anti-Defamation League, look at their website. At the bottom of one of their pages on their website, you know what it says? Help our businesses. But you guys ain't talking about that. Oh, Tommy said, don't feel bad. I get called Uncle Tom when I speak straightforward. Yeah, Tommy, but at first it just was, if you ask my life coach, she was like, girl, when you came up in that event, she was like, but why am I having this conversation with you guys today? It's because stop waiting for, and then see, and so somebody else could say, oh, well, reparations is not a handout. It is what we are due. Yes, I know that. But to them, it's looked upon as a handout. So that's why I'm saying stop waiting for a handout, because if the person giving it to you, okay, think it's a handout, then it's a handout, okay? It's a handout. It's a handout. And remember, they're trying to cover up of the history. And so they're trying to cover up the history. Why do you think that they want to give us reparations, which prove that history occurred? But we're waiting for that. So this is my frustration with us in our community right now. And then when I said something on my last post, and I should have did my detract. I should have put this for all my detract. I should have did a detractor post on Instagram. When I said you guys if you only are a cashier, then we shouldn't pay you no more than $15 an hour. They bashed me on that one. Let me tell you something. No business. I don't care if that business is $1 billion business. No business. And until you guys own a business, you would never get this. You probably, if you're an employee mindset, boo, step away from the conversation. I'm not talking to you. But no business have to pay anybody anything if we're going to be really about business. Because remember, business is capitalism. Capitalism basically say you charge and you get and you deserve what you're able to negotiate or show value for. Let's really be honest. Okay. So when did somebody just get a pay increase for just doing the same thing? When? And then also, a lot of you guys are not even thinking that everything is being automated. So instead of bashing me, talking about I'm out of touch, did you even listen to the message and say, oh my gosh, Folasade, I went into Walmart the other day and there was no cashiers there. It was only the self-checkout. Oh, Folasade, I just went to CVS and it was only self-checkout. But you guys are talking about everybody deserves this. A business don't have to pay you nothing but what they deem your value. And guess what? Your value is illustrated by what you are capable and able to do on the job. The people that are about their stuff, that do thing, right? They're not worried about the minimum wage. They're not worried about the minimum wage because they know if they do X, Y, Z and they position themselves, they can get a raise for 10 grand if they do this. They know that if they go and study for this certificate, then they can get an additional 5 grand. That's what I'm talking about. That's everybody can do that. It's okay. Everybody can do that. Yes, minimum wage is still a thing. And what I don't want us to do is get stuck accepting it because all of us are worth more than that. But a company or a government don't have to give you minimum wage. See, what you guys don't understand is that having a Walmart's job is a privilege and it's a luxury because us business owners don't have to provide jobs. I think you guys are not understanding what we are right now. And we're going to really talk. No business has to provide jobs. A business can actually automate everything if that's what they choose to. But most of us want to help. Oh, we want to do this for the people. We want to employ. Most of us do. But y'all thinking that we have to. What? We have to. Oh, no. Oh, no. We have to. No, that's not business, y'all. Subway got, Tommy. Tommy says Subway got vending machines making sense. No, Tommy. See what I'm saying? See, guys, that's what I'm trying to prevent you from happening. You go to work and they have a robot sitting in your job. But you guys fussing with the little black girl. You fussing with me. I'm an accountant. I talk about money all day, every day. That's it. Because see, this is the thing, guys. When I grew up and my mother was struggling and we was poor, I remember I used to pray just for $100. Oh my gosh, God, I wish one of my family members could give me $100 so I can go buy my mom some food. So a lot of problems that we're facing in our community is money. This is why I became an accountant. So for all of you people that's out there that's complacent, don't post under my post. Don't comment under my post. Because I think I'm going to start being real mean to y'all. I think I'm going to start dogging y'all out so bad because you won't even be able to step out with me. See, a lot of y'all not even, and see, I didn't even want to be mean like this, but I'm about to be real mean. A lot of y'all not even on a level for me to even look at you. Like, if you really want me to be real mean and really hold y'all to y'all do things, like y'all, you can't even have a conversation with me for real. Let's really be honest. A lot of y'all not even on my level at all. But see, here's the thing. I don't want to be like that no more, guys. I don't want to be mean. God started changing my life. Okay, over 12 years ago, he said, "Oh no, you're supposed to be for the people." I was so selfish, y'all. I used to be a bitch. You couldn't even sit with me. You couldn't. I was kept. You couldn't even do nothing with me. Ask everybody. I was mean. God said that's not what he wants for me. So he started telling me, "It's what you got to do. Help the people." I'm like, "What? Help the people?" And then the people that's really want to help you guys, this is what we get from you. This is what we get. We get you talking about my looks. When your mother raised you, she didn't raise you strong enough to understand that there's nothing that this internet can do to certain people. You understand? Certain people are big enough internally. We don't need validation from the internet. So this is why I'm having this conversation. So my team can break this up for all of y'all. That if you got anything ever to say to me, I don't need validation from the internet. My business is not solely ran on the internet. Okay. So you guys cannot cancel me. They was talking about cancel me, y'all, on my posts. They said cancel me. So Diff say, my son is 16. I told him work his first job for a year, save every check, then invest in the same company. You know what? That's a good look. Can I add a little spend to him? Let him spend a little bit of money, because see, what happens is we get so stuck into the rhythm of just saving. A lot of times we don't realize that it's stopping us from loving and treating ourselves too. So I love that. Have him do that, but allow him to come up with a method for him to treat himself too. So he can see that, okay, yep, my reward is not only me having this money saved, but my reward is also, oh, I can buy what I want when I want, because the reality is, guys, we have to put this in context. I want y'all to be rich and happy. I want y'all to be rich and happy, not rich and unhappy, because there's a lot of rich, unhappy people, because honestly, money does not make you happy. So if you're going to raise him financially perfect, let him enjoy his little money. And then he might be like, oh, well, I'm not going to ever spend that much again. But okay, that'll be my little limit to treat myself. He'll be able to create his own standard just off how he felt, what he spent, how much money he had left. But because a lot of times people get a lot of money and then they blow it because they never got to enjoy it. So that's just my suggestion. That's just my suggestion. Okay, so Tommy say just hit the block button. No, I can't, Tommy. I can't just hit the block button. So CEO BTW says your content inspires me. I'm currently studying accounting in college, and your content inspires me to keep going. Yes, keep going. We need more accountants. Keep going. What? Not cancel? Yes, Tommy. I should show y'all the post. They say cancel me, y'all. Big time cancel. I told the people you can't cancel me because nobody owns me. Only thing you could do is try to get my Instagram and my Facebook and my YouTube block. That's it. But I got my own website, on my own trademark. I don't owe nobody nothing. I don't have no contracts with no government that pay for my bills. I'm free. So when you free, guys, it's nothing that you guys can say to me that's going to prevent me from screaming every day as often as I can for you guys to do better financially. I want us to be rich and happy, or middle class and happy. Whatever your definition of what it is, because see, let me not even say rich. I want us to be free. I want us to be free, y'all. And it can happen. We're here. It's our time. And so free, and the reason why I didn't want to say a dollar amount, because when I first started my company, I wanted to make 30-something million a year, all that. I was pushing it too. And as I'm getting more and more closer to be free and not owing nobody debt and just appreciating the intrinsic things in life, like family and stuff, right? That money don't matter. It's not about the 20 million or more. I can live comfortable off $1 million. That's it. You see what I'm saying? Once you realize that, once you get a taste of comfort and you realize that you don't even want to have to wake up every day and work, Like when I work on my team, like I don't feel like I'm working on my team. In my office, I don't feel like I'm working. That's freedom. But if I keep adding on bills and debt and stuff, will I ever be able to just work freely? Or will I always have to work for a certain amount of money or a certain amount of everything or certain, I don't want that no more. I don't want that, guys. Tommy said, I used to brutalize on people. I used to brutalize on people on Facebook who came for me on opinions I made. I stayed in Facebook jail, but today if they come for me, I just block these idiots. Yes, you did stay in Facebook jail, Tommy. I remember. I'm like, where you been? He said Facebook jail. Oh my God. So yeah, guys, the kids are home. I just wanted to kind of just really have a discussion because I didn't see you guys over the past couple of days, right? Just wanted to talk with you guys. I miss you guys, right? But then I also want to let you guys know that I'm just the type of person, I'm not going to accept your excuses. They don't want me to be great on Instagram. They're cutting my live on Instagram. I want you guys to be great. So if you want to be poor, don't post under my comment. Don't post on my post. If you want to be broke, don't post under my post. If you negative, don't post under my post. If you upset with your life, don't post under my post. The reason why is because I want to change people's lives, guys. I don't need your negativity. I will accept it. I will, it is what it is. You can't hurt me. And I will never stop. But the reality is you're distracting the message now. If you don't like what I'm saying, scroll past all my content because we're about to flood the market, okay? Just scroll past my content. But stop distracting people from the people that God want me to change, okay? See, I'm God purposed. This is why you guys can never stop me. You will never hurt my feelings. You will never. So just stop doing that because it stops somebody else. Because when people see, let's say you a person, you make $15 an hour and you saw that post I posted. And you saw the message. And you're like, okay, yep. I forgot I was supposed to go here last week. I said I was going to try to go online and see if they had a free program for this, right? And you try to make a change. But then you scroll down on my post and then you see everybody say, oh, bump that. They supposed to get a pay raise. Oh, bump that. It's okay. Everybody deserve it. What happens is psychologically, they just told your brain that it's okay not to find that class. Psychologically, it's okay making the money you making. Let me tell you guys something. There's no value nobody can put on you that you haven't allowed them to. There's no value that a person can put on you that you allowed them to. You are in control of it. This is why I know I can never go work for another person because how are they going to pay me $500 to $1,000 an hour? Actually, that person will have to pay me at least no less than $250,000 for me to sit in their office. Automatically. Really? Let's really be honest. If I take my systems, management skills, accounting, payroll, bookkeeping, tax resolution, this, all my certification, my degree, a company will have to pay about $1.5 million just to have me sit there. And I'm going to tell you guys like I tell my team. You are only as great as you are today. But tomorrow, you should become greater because it is another day. If you are the same way today as you were yesterday, it shows you probably didn't read, you probably didn't step, you didn't make a move, and you didn't try to do your best. You wasn't at your best because your best is never laying around. Your best is not just playing games all day. Your best is not pissing your way off of Instagram. Your best is not what you lack. Because we all have it. We just not taking the steps. And like my man said, Diff say, $20 should never kill your dream. I want, and this is what I always tell my team, I want to build for my ladies and my staff to know so much that eventually I won't be able to afford them. I want my team to know so much to the point where everybody on my team have to pay them $100,000. And that's fine. As long as we can manage all of our clients and we can bring in, I'm good with that. I'm okay with that. But you guys are supposed to be your best every day. And it's not perfection best. So take that out. What I'm talking about is your best every day. So let's say, for example, yesterday, you didn't pick up nothing after yourself. Today, go pick up after yourself. That's your best. Let's say today, okay, so let's use me for example. Yesterday, I didn't go live. I was supposed to go live for you guys yesterday. I was here with my sister. My sister just coming, right? Coming over here. And I told myself, I can't not go live today. It's not my best. I didn't go live yesterday. Now today again, I'm not gonna go live. Huh. But you say you want to be successful. Oh, you say you want to change people's lives. Oh, you see, that's all you have to do. Just do your best today. If you know you didn't do something yesterday you were supposed to do, pick it up today. Okay, guys? It's not as hard as you think. And when I'm fussing, it's for a reason, because we should never be stuck doing. And if you are disabled, I'm not talking about, because people came my post, y'all petty as fuck. Y'all petty. Y'all try to prove a point. Stop it with me. Stop it. Stop trying to prove a point with me. I don't need your point to prove, because you're not gonna change my mindset. Somebody said, "Oh, Folasade, this people disabled." Why would I talk about somebody with a disability? Why am I talking about a person with a disability? $15 an hour. First of all, for them to be working, they probably doing way more than you, bro. Why would I be talking about somebody with a disability? Person that's a disability? Come on now. That's what they say. Oh, they said that, oh, well, it's people with disabilities and this. I was not talking about them. If a person that has disabilities is working, they more powerful than a person that's not, and you're healthy. So why would I, the accountability accountant, say something about $15 an hour for a disabled person? They was not even in my conversation. I would never bring up disabilities in my conversation, guys. So stop using that as a way to make excuses. So my Instagram is Folasade the accountant. Let me see if I can put it as a banner. Hold on. Y'all know I'm learning this YouTube stuff. I'm gonna see if I can put it as a banner. I know my team got it somewhere. Let me see if we got our stuff, y'all. And then to bear with me, guys, I will be practicing. Like I just tried to flip the camera on this side. I said I'm gonna be trying some different things, y'all. Oh, that's small. That's kind of small. Okay, here we go. But that's small, y'all. Can y'all see it? Okay. But yep, so those are all my Instagram and all my social media handles, y'all. Okay. So remember, guys, you great. You are as great as decisions that you make today. You are as great as the decisions that you make today. So if you decide not to go live today, if you decide not to create content today, if you decide not to follow up with a client today, just realize that you are predicting or stunting your outcome for your success. For all of you people that are complacent, because I'm noticing in my community, this beautiful community, right? I think I got 5 minutes to get this point across, and then I gotta go. I got a 3:30 meeting. 3:30 meeting. In our community, right? What I'm finding, and this is hard for me to say this, but I'm realizing this. You got the workers, you got the people that's gonna hustle hard, do things. I'm not talking about them. But you got the people, the majority of us, we want the flash. We want the Mercedes, we want the Rolls Royce, we want the car, we want the house, we want the vacations, we want all of those things. And what I'm noticing is that instead of us just picking a craft and being consistent with it and going all in, we are willing to cheat, kill, steal, rob, well, the same thing as rob, and finesse our way to the bag. And I want you guys to fully understand something. And this goes to the women that may not be used to getting things from men, money and stuff. So all y'all too, oh, how to get money from men. I'm seeing it. Like, it's weird, y'all. Y'all really weird. It's okay to get money from men, but it's weird. Like, it's weird. It's very weird. But I'll have another discussion about that. Okay. So the women that's getting money from men and you think it's okay, it's good. It's good to get the money from the men, right? Because I was a kept person, kept woman myself, and you guys know what I mean when I mean kept, right? I didn't want for nothing, okay? I get more reward off me making my own money. than what it was ever given to me. Okay. Being in my industry, being an accountant and being half Nigerian, you guys know I was presented with so many different type of scams, opportunities, propositions, everything in my community because, we run the 419, we run all of that, right? Till this day, the reason why I'm able to sleep peacefully is because I didn't take shortcuts like a lot of other people to get rich. And so now a lot of them flew back home. Some of them are in jail. Some of them, like, wherever they are. Why am I telling you guys all of this? Like, it's nothing better than making your own dough and building your own. I don't care if your dude gave it to you. Yes, it feels good at the moment, right? But it's another feel. It's another endorphin. It's another feeling when you realize that you got you. Because you can't depend on being a kept woman. If he died tomorrow and you never saved none of the money he gave you all this time, are you going to be able to pay your rent the next month? If you buy only bags and Gucci and travel, if your rich joint, if your sugar daddy die or stop funding you, how are you going to support yourself? Be smart. If you're doing street stuff, stop it, because that can stop any day now. You could be getting watched by the FBI or whatever. Just stop it. It's nothing better than sleeping peaceful and knowing that you worked for that. It's nothing better, and there's no more peaceful way to do this. It's so many people being blasted, like the lady from the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Remember, she did all them scams. Look at her, she being outed. She lived the facade online, and guys like, come on now she's in jail or whatever. The Chrisleys, I like the Chrisleys. Come on now, they did all that fraud behind the scenes, guys. None of that shit is worth it. So I want my community right now. This is all I'm speaking. I don't care about nobody else. You guys you got it in you. You just got caught up in the internet, the flashiness, and the facade of it all. It ain't all that crap that to be. Like, a lot of women, y'all talk about y'all don't want marriages, y'all don't want families, and you want this 6 figures and travel. Girl, please. When you ain't able to travel, boo, you go want him and your children. Stop it. Like, guys, we supposed to be in family and just being comfortable so you can be free and travel and live the life with your family. But you don't have to be worried about somebody gonna come and shoot up your house. You know what I mean? Because you're doing it right. You don't have to worry about the FBI gonna bust you down because you're doing it right. Stop it, guys. And most of the times we lead to doing things wrong because we're not consistent in the things that are uncomfortable. So we a lot of times go and fall in the trap of the sugar daddy lifestyle, OnlyFans lifestyle, gang lifestyle, street culture, because something. What is it? Do you guys know that if we had this internet, I probably wouldn't have had to be a kept woman when I was younger? You understand? Because when my mom was sickly on her bed or whatever, I probably could have started an online business. But when I was going through my financial struggle, we didn't have the internet. But you guys have so much opportunity that we never had. Let's not piss it away. Hola, hey Emma. Let's not piss it away and mess it up. Because they already, man, do y'all know we're not even at the peak of the PPP investigations? Do y'all know we're not even at the peak of IRS catching up with all of the bad tax fraud for all these years? Do y'all realize we're not even at the peak of major compliance yet? This is why God is keep telling me to talk with you guys so you can get your stuff in order. He cannot keep delaying. Like, literally, let me tell you how my God works, y'all, so y'all can know. Because this is how much I believe. Everything he ever did for me, he delayed it. Everything I ever needed, any license, any certification, anything I wasn't qualified for, anything, he delayed it. Let me give y'all one example so you can understand where I'm coming from. one tax year. Okay, one tax year, I didn't finish all of my CE classes. And it just so happened, the Supreme Court said, I think we didn't have to renew our thing or something like that. It was something similar. Or I had to take the Merlin exam. Something happened, right? And just so happened, God didn't flip the whole script. The Supreme Court delayed this. And so guess what happened? I ended up making sure, God made sure all my licenses was in order because of his delay. God, I honestly believe that God is delaying the surge of compliance because he knows that I have not been able to get you guys to do right yet. And I'm warning you guys. I've been warning you. The first surge was when Biden came into office, and I warned you about this. And I'm letting you guys know from a very spiritual and business level. I can only pray to God to keep you guys safe for long. Okay. I cannot keep. He can't stop everybody. He can't keep sabotaging things and getting the people in the house. See, which y'all don't understand. God worked through people. So for him to sabotage for me, for you guys, he sabotaged the voting rights. He sabotages the systems. Like he does all of that's God. Okay, that's all God. Stop thinking it's the person. God is working at each one of us. When laws and policies get declined and it's about the things that's impacting us in the Black community, I feel like it's God protecting y'all because he know y'all don't have it in place yet. And if all of our businesses get audited, we are in deep trouble. So do me one favor. Biden already approved the 1099 laws. I already said earlier in today's session, and I got to go because I'm running behind for my meeting, right? I need us to do paperwork right, taxes right, bookkeeping right, because when compliance laws start coming down, you're going to think about all of the years that I've been saying this, and you're going to say, Folasade, thank you. Because when I got that notice, I had my paperwork. When they wanted to audit me, I was good. I hired an accountant. I hired you. I did this. That's all I want to hear. I don't want to hear Folasade, I didn't listen, because that's what I get a lot. I get Folasade, I didn't listen. And I don't want that no more. I want you guys to do right. Knuckle the fuck up, right? Knuckle up. I had to curse one time, guys. I've been good always. Knuckle the fuck up, right? And guess what? The world is yours. Guys, let me go. My 3:30 meeting. Have a good day, y'all. Bye, y'all. Love y'all. Bye, y'all. And bye, YouTube, bye, Facebook. I appreciate all of you guys. Love you guys. Bye-bye.